Hello, it is 8 o'clock on a Wednesday. I'm trying to find my notes here. And tonight is our A to Z series, and we are up to a Vetiver. So I'm going to give it a second if anybody wants to join me. If you join me, post in the comments, say hi. How was your day? I had an awesome day. The weather was absolutely beautiful. And I got to watch Winston today, so that's always an awesome day. If you are watching the replay and you're not watching live, go ahead and post in the comments if you have used Vetiver some way that I didn't mention during this time, and share how you've used it. You know, if you've used a diffuser recipe or roller recipe or something like that that we don't talk about, and then we can all learn from each other, because that's always cool. That's really how I end up learning a lot of stuff, is just by being in a bunch of groups and people sharing their experiences, and then you take that recipe and you try it. One that I'm using right now is my blend of myrrh, lime, and spearmint. I have this leftover cough and kind of congestion in my chest, so the lime is there to get it murring. Haha. The lime is there to get it moving, and the myrrh is to helps to kind of dry it out, so to speak. And then the spearmint just helps to open your airways so that you can breathe easier. It seems to be working because I am coughing less and less, which is always a good thing. So I am Tamara, by the way, if I did not introduce myself. Tamara with Our Big Oily Family, along with my mom, Susan, and my two daughters, Alaya and Cara. We are the people behind Our Big Oily Family. So yeah, and I always do every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. We talk about, we're up to the V's now. There will be some new oils, convention time, September. But once we finish with all the oils, and we're going through them alphabetically, both the single blends and the single oils and the blends, kind of just everything's alphabetically. Once we're done with that, then we'll start on the supplements, and we'll go through those. But there will always be new stuff, because doTERRA is always coming out with new products. So, as usual with the A to Z series, I like to start out with the essential oils and Emotions and Essential Oil book. This is an awesome book to have in your reference library. You can find it on Amazon.com and also oillife.com. Great to have, because not only are the oils good for you, health-wise, physically-wise, but they're really good emotionally also. And sometimes you don't know why you're drawn to a certain oil, and you could look it up in here and kind of figure out why, So Vetiver is considered the oil of centering and descent. It assists in becoming more rooted in life. Life can scatter one's energy and make individuals feel split between different priorities, people, and activities. Vetiver brings the individual back down to earth. It assists them in grounding to the physical world. Vetiver also assists individuals in deeply connecting with what they think and feel. In this way, Vetiver is incredibly supportive in all kinds of self-awareness work. It helps uncover the root of an emotional issue. It challenges the need to escape pain. It centers individuals in their true self and guides them downward to the root of their emotional issues. It helps them find relief, but not through avoidance. Relief comes after they have traveled within and met the core of their emotional issue. Vetiver won't let you quit. It grounds them in the present moment and carries them through an emotional catharsis. The descent into the true self assists individuals in discovering deeper facets of their being. So Vetiver opens the doors to light and recovery through their downward journey. The negative emotions addressed then are apathetic, disconnected, scattered, stressed, ungrounded, avoiding, and crisis. And the positive properties that this can bring about would be centered, grounded, present, emotionally aware, and connected. The companion oils that you can use, and the companion oils are the oils that you could use in place of Vetiver if you happen not to have Vetiver with you. Those would be helichrysum, juniper berry, and balance. And I noticed in some of my other videos that I tend to do this in my chairs. So I am consciously trying not to do that tonight. It's just easy, just to kind of rotate back and forth. Anyway, let me get my other notes up here. Okay, so, hey Mom. Vetiver is one of your favorites for relaxing for better sleep. Yeah, I've added it with, I usually always have Serenity and Breathe in my diffuser at night, and I've added a drop of Vetiver before. Vetiver has a really, to me, it has a really sharp aroma, and so no matter what it's in, right, that's like one of the first oils that I smell if it's in a blend, so. All right, so the vetiver plant is a member of the grass family, okay? Unlike other grasses, the root system actually grows down, so it makes it really ideal to grow to help prevent erosion and providing soil stabilization. Geez. The roots of the plant grow in large clusters underground, and doTERRA obtains vetiver essential oil from the roots of those plants, and they are steam distilled, so it comes from the root of the plant. The main chemical components of vetiver are carvone, isovalencinol, I think that's how you pronounce it, and cousimol. Both the isovalencinol and the cousimol are sesquiterpenes that have grounding properties, and that's what makes vetiver essential oil have its really grounding and calming properties, and why you would use it that way. This is one, if you research vetiver, this is one of the top 10 oils that's recommended for supporting those on the autism spectrum because it is grounding and it's calming to our emotions. So that's something to keep in mind. It is one of the thicker oils. You could stand there forever and wait for a drop to come out. So if that happens, take a toothpick and in the center, I have a regular bottle of oil here. I never have a regular bottle. I just have a whole bunch of roller bottles. You know that little plastic top in the top of all the bottles of essential oils, it's the reducer top. Excuse me. In the middle of that is a hole, and you could take a toothpick and put it in the middle and just kind of swirl it around and pull it out, and that way you could get however much oil you wanted out if it gets kind of thick. That vetiver and myrrh are the ones that tend to get thick over time, like the longer they sit in the bottle kind of thing. But remember that when you do use it that way, or a few drops or whatever, remember the little goes a long way, right? Less is more, so because you can always add more, but it's hard to take it away. So, my mom puts vetiver, balance, and breathe together in the diffuser. I have not tried that. That's a good one. I'll have to try that. So helping you get a better night's sleep is really the first thing that always comes to mind when you think of vetiver, because it is very grounding. It's very calming. You can rub a drop of vetiver on the bottom of each foot before you go to bed. You can add a little bit of unscented lotion or some carrier oil and massage that in. Vetiver is a great oil for sleep and relaxation, and it can really help to give your body a really good night's sleep. And everybody needs good night's sleep, right? So it's also a great oil to use for massage. So you could take your bottle with you to your massage therapist, ask them to use 1 or 2 drops, you know, and have that done during your massage. You'd be really grounded, you'd be really calm, you'd be very relaxed. Who all falls asleep during a massage? I do a lot. And then you do that little, and then you wake yourself up, right? Yeah, totally embarrassing, but I do that. But you know, it feels really nice to have a massage. So take this oil next time, because that would be super cool. Let's see. If you have anyone, younger kids, but anyone, that have a hard time concentrating, they have a hard time sitting still, they have a hard time staying on track, they have a hard time focusing. Hopefully you're getting my drift of where I'm going with this. This is an awesome oil for that purpose. So you can make a roller bottle with lavender and vetiver. If you're doing it for, you know, you could use 10 drops of each of those oil in there. And then a great place to put it would be on the bottoms of the feet, your spine, and then on the back of your neck, right underneath your skull ends is a really good application point for that. Also diffusing it, if you had a diffuser necklace or a bracelet that they wore or something like that, that would be really good to use also. So if you have places on your skin that don't have any pigment, but you have pigment in your skin, but there's places on your skin that don't have any pigment, vetiver can be helpful for that. So you would just apply it topically to any areas of concern with a carrier oil. Carrier oil is just any vegetable oil that you may have. You can use what's in your kitchen, right? You could use coconut oil, or I have avocado oil in there, or olive oil, anything like that. A lot of people tend to use fractionated coconut oil because it has had all the solids taken out. It's a little less greasy than regular coconut oil, and it absorbs really quickly. And with any of the oils, I just always suggest using a little bit of a carrier oil because you've lessened the evaporation, you've improved the absorption in your skin, right, with the oil, and it just makes it easier to move it over a bigger area if you need to. So let's see. Susan said, I dried dropper tops in the vetiver and myrrh, and that doesn't work well at all. Oh, yeah, well, they still would be thick, so I could see that. Good thought, though. Yeah, I haven't tried the too thick. I'm still able to get a drop out of mine, but it does take forever. I know a lot of people will take the bottle before you want to use it, right? And either stick it under your armpit to warm it up, or, you know, rub it in between, roll it in between your hands, or you could put it, if you're a lady, obviously, put it in between your bra. I do that with my mascara because it warms it up. Anything like that, something that would kind of warm it up and hopefully make it a little not so thick. So also, to help with any anxious and depressed feelings, great way to use vetiver is to combine it with Melissa, and you can make a roller bottle, or you could apply it, let's see, you could make a roller bottle, right? And you could apply it to your pulse points, kind of like you would perfume. And then also you could use it in your diffuser, so you could probably use about equal amounts of Melissa and vetiver would be a good combination. So anyone who has a hard time after you've had a little one, after you've had your baby, right? If you're feeling down, if you are having depressed feelings, this oil can really help with that. You can diffuse it, or you can apply it topically to your pulse points. To help promote healthy appearing skin, think stretch marks, discoloration, scars. It's very helpful. You can apply it topically to any of those areas of concern. It's also a great oil to choose to use to boost your immune system. When you take it internally is the way that vetiver helps that way. So you could use it 1 to 2 drops in a little 2-piece veggie cap, right? You could add a drop in your tea. You get a drop in your coffee if you wanted. So the reason being is that vetiver contains immune supporting properties, and that's why it really helps to boost your immune system. If you're traveling, that would be a good one to take with you, right? Be good for sleep. It'd be great for your immune system, kind of a double whammy there. So great choice to use if you're making bath salts or bath bombs or bubble bath, anything like that. If you're just going to make a relaxing bath at the end of the day, you can have a couple of drops of vetiver with your Epsom salts, mix it with the Epsom salts, or you can use whole milk. The essential oil attaches to those, and then it disperses in the water better. Otherwise, if you just add the essential oil right to the water of your bath, it sits on top. So, yeah. Vetiver is found in our blends, Whisper, which is the women's blend, and In Tune, which is the focus blend. It's found in those two. It does blend well with lavender, serenity, balance, sandalwood, clary sage, rose, ylang ylang, and lemongrass. And kind of depending on your use for this oil, or maybe if you didn't have vetiver, you could also use frankincense and lavender because they're very grounding emotionally and very relaxing. I do have a diffuser blend. So there'll be a couple of diffuser blends. I'll put it in the comment here. And then I also have a sleepy time salve recipe. And I'll put that here. And then I have a sourcing video, so you can see how vetiver is sourced by doTERRA. Super interesting. There we go. Okay, that is all I have on vetiver tonight. So like I said, if you're watching the replay again and you've used it in some other, diffuser blend or a roller bottle blend, and you'd like to share, just drop that in the comments. That'd be really helpful. And then we'll all learn from it. Next week, then we are up to Whisper, which is one of my favorite like blends to wear as perfume, just because it smells so good. It just really puts me in a super good mood. So, all right, that is all I have tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we'll talk to you later.